Welcome again to another exciting episode of Masked or Not with your wonderful heroes, Wilda the Water Being,
Drip drop.
Spencer the Super Cat,
Speed.
Transient the Matter Manipulator,
Yeah, those jello shots are going to be absolutely wild.
Jace the Technomancer. Jello shots.
I'm really considering the best way to muck up the sound system.
When we last left our heroes, they were getting ready to leave their base in preparations for two unique scenarios that are happening at simultaneous occurrence. After learning about possible villains coming from the military base, they were alerted to two happenings. One occurring throughout the industrial sector, where multiple areas are either being destroyed or being fused together by some unknown force. Spencer, the Super Cat, is out in full. The rest of the group is already hurrying inside, preparing to hop inside the Humvee to head over towards the erupting and collapsing power processing plant over at the mine. Heroes, how will you board your ship, your car?
Like a normal person, presumably.
Jace,
Yes.
the belt brings out our metahuman powers, right?
Yes.
And we need my ice, right?
Actually.
Maybe we should bring the belt.
Jace will go get the belt and hand it over to Wilda the Water Being.
Water being.
Well, I'm actually solid right now.
No,
The semi-solid being.
that's your trademark.
Oh, okay. And I did ask the DM, and there are different vials because apparently the AIDS epidemic is still happening.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, Jace is a bit of a clean freak. That's why he made the undead girl's personal room basically a walk-in freezer that can be sanitized all at once.
Fair.
Lovely.
There
Yeah,
will
you
be
just-
no bloodborne or flesh-borne pathogens spreading to the rest of the base.
Did I say military base?
Did you?
I don't recall saying military base. I said, oh, we're at the mine.
No, in the recap, you mentioned that the beings were from the military base.
Yeah.
I meant to just say military. Not military base. Forgive me if I did drop base.
Well, you know it had to be a base, but fair enough.
DM's laughing at his own joke.
Can't help myself. I'm terrible.
What joke?
No
Well-
one tell Spencer.
Well,
Hold on.
we kind of left Spencer with the morality brigade, so either Spencer's gonna get powered up, or we're gonna have a new freaking member of Spencer and someone else mixed together.
Wait, what? No, Spencer. Oh, goodness.
He's
I
fusing
really-
things together. We don't know if it's people or not.
I really love the idea that Spencer would potentially try to get fused, and whoever's trying to fuse them is like, aren't they mixing? It's like oil and water.
Or cat and water.
Mm-hmm.
Mixing, it's like oil and water. Spencer briefly turns into a puddle of oil. Like this? What the fuck?
Alright, so we have the belt. We have a fresh injector.
Yep.
Jace is taking spare injectors just in case.
I was about to ask, does the belt itself have like those type of bullet loops for spare injectors?
Imagine it's got that, like, 90s X-Men, 90s Batman thing where there's just all these uniform-looking spots on the belt, and you can just take them out and slot in new injectors.
You know what? Yes, that's how you designed it. You just have different removable slots for different type of scenarios, specifically just specifically for the new injectors, but also for like emergency items like rope, grappling hooks, the occasional shark repellent.
Oh, you are our Batman.
Yeah, he's a gadgeteer.
I do exactly two things: technology and electricity. Turns out they go really well together.
Depends on the technology, but yeah.
Turns out electricity goes really well with the best computer known to nature, which is the human brain.
I mean, you're not wrong. We all are just meat and electricity
Uh-huh.
with a little bit of water in there.
A lot of water, actually.
Especially for Wilda.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know how I know I'm 15 gallons? I freaking did I actually found a converter for it.
Yeah.
Well, there's consistently 15 gallons. Got it. We'll
Well,
make
until
another
I
one.
get injured and then I progressively lose water.
Effectively, you could fit into two 10-gallon hats.
As droplet, absolute, or as Wilden droplet, yes, absolutely.
This is getting entirely off topic, but I just remembered one of the dumbest video game stages I ever played. There was a stage set in a desert in one of the Skylanders games where it had a giant cowboy museum inside a giant glass hat called the 10,000 gallon hat.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it. Must stay focused. You guys are piling into the Humvee. Will, you said you wanted to do something before you do.
I'm glad you appreciate that joke as much as I did, DM. It was real good.
Okay, so we're breaking the DM early. Got it.
Yep.
Ah, damn it.
I don't even have anything prepared
I
meme-wise,
have
so.
many things prepared.
I thank you.
I prefer to think of it as meeting quota rather than doing it early.
Fair, we also gotta get a Spencer blush.
I'm sure we'll get there. Something will happen. It always happens.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
That joke is DM harder than I expected it to.
Before I start talking as Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimmadome, Dimmadome, let's move on. Please.
Oh, we are totally canceled now.
I could care less.
We're starting to get views, too, for some reason.
Oh, that's weird.
People
not a good
have
sign.
found
10,000-gallon
us
hat.
boredom.
Wait, we're being watched.
We have viewers? That's a first.
I agree.
Worst part is I need to catch up.
That said, we were doing something. Do we want to do Spencer Chaos first or the rest of the group?
I vote rest of the group. I think mine's going to be too fast and too furious for this.
I agree to one of those two. One of those adjectives is definitely correct. I just don't know which one yet.
I think we should probably start off with Spencer Shenanigans because that's all action.
It is
Yeah.
all action. No breaks.
We got to get the Saturday morning cartoon part of the special out of the way so we can sneak the serious shit in on the back end.
Yep.
Listen,
Touche. Alright, let me take one more quick picture of the map I've made.
What's the term that the Batman the Animated Series creators use? The false flag approach.
yes, the false flag.
Make it seem like it's an action, and then make everyone realize, no, there was a murder here.
I didn't kill anybody.
And
And then I'm
the
just
one that-
reminded of that Ace scene.
Oh,
I'm
Oh, by heart.
I'm very much reminded of a conversation they had with a news person where they managed to sneak blood into one of the Joker episodes by having the episode start with a false flag, which was Harley's hyenas eating out of a baby carriage.
Jesus Christ.
It was an effective false flag.
All right. So, Spencer, I take it you're taking off into the air.
Yes, I am taking off into the air.
As you change into your protector form with your wings and start flying, you make it over to the site indicated, where you are seeing a myriad of warped buildings. Some of them more together, others like already spread apart. Rubble is clattering all around the streets of the industrial sector of this part of town. And in there, you do spy one very tall, very rat looking
Oh,
being.
oh,
The thing is about as tall as the short office building that stands in front of the loading bay in front of the lumber mill, in front of the lumber and metal mill that is in the better better northeastern part of town where you are seeing. I hope the map is clear, as I did post it in map section.
it's fine. My
Once more,
pens are running out of ink, that's all.
goodness. You already see Ramon currently out in amongst the lumber mill trying to move some of the damage and save a person that's in one of the circles. The circles are people running about amongst this section of town that's currently being destroyed.
I have
Ramon
to
is
say
doing.
something because
Yes.
this is absolutely in character as Spencer. Oh man, things don't look too bad. And he looks to the right. Oh no, the burger place. It's combined with Mama Paparona's. Pizza was never meant to be a burger.
You know what? One of the few burger shops and few pieces. You said, what was the shop's name?
For the burger place, I was going to go for Big Dave's Big. What's it? I was going to go for Big Dave's Big Burgers. And
All right,
for
and the
the
pizza.
pizza shop, it was Mama Paparona's.
Oh, that's added to the map. I'll update the map here shortly. But yes, everything is currently some of them are currently fused, others are currently crumbled. The triangles are crumbled. The squares that are with lines in them, they're fused. The you pay was originally separate buildings, and now it is one whole building.
It's a large rat-like being, right?
Yes, in front of the office building that is currently crumbled.
Okay. Office building is crumbled. Ramon's helping. Is there anyone else I can see helping?
Not the current moments, but from the sounds of it, you hear the other two currently doing what they can inside the buildings that are still standing.
I see. I am going to fly down directly to Ramon, and I'm going to land. And I'm going to say, Ramon, is everything okay? What can I help with?
Okay, thank goodness you're here in time. We'll take care of the people if you can focus on that guy over there, the giant rat bastard.
What's a bastard?
Well, maybe I'm exaggerating in this case because I don't know if he does have parents, but the guy over there. As he points past the loading bay and over in between the rubble of the office building and some of the loading bays, like windows, you can see just this looming rat face glaring at you. As I have to quickly look up a rat picture.
My God, it's Ratzilla. He's going to eat all of the cheese in the entire Tri-County area. We have to stop him.
Yeah, you gotta hurry though. Dudley's in the loading bay.
There's a time limit. He's headed towards somewhere where there's someone that's trapped or something. Okay, just making sure. Because I got something for this.
As you're heading over there, the rat being currently stepping over the rubbles of the office building is shouting loudly, "Nothing can surpass the matter splatter!"
The what?
Matter splatter. I'll post the name of your short.
Oh no. That's actually really terrifying, and Spencer finds it really cool. But as a person with my profession, oh no. Oh boy. Well, I surely can't let the matter splatter go on his rampage much longer.
No,
Let's see here. How does it look like he's? So how is he fusing buildings together? Is it like eye lasers or something, or?
if only. As you watch, he walks over towards the loading bay and the auto shop that seem to be already naturally connected, and starts vomiting this this purple sputum over the buildings.
Oh no. Oh, that's just oh. I understand. Let's see here. How far? I would say I'm
Spence,
gonna go
he's
back to my,
ruining food.
he's ruining food. I know. I'm just asking. I'm gonna go up to my protector farm. How far away is he from the outside of town right now?
Uh, w- he's decently in mainland of the main city. It would take about for you, given your speed and strength, about 5 turns, 30 seconds away from the edge of town.
Mm-hmm. I see.
As why, yeah, there you are.
Well, it's time. I'm going to land down directly behind the matter splatter, or I would say rat being. Let me see. What'd you post in villain image? Oh God, he's horrifying. And he looks actually pretty cool. I could see him in a 90s cartoon. Do I happen to see anyone else that seems to be working with him or alongside them?
No, he seems to be by himself right now, but he's a large and in charge rat monster.
Okay, I'm gonna land down, and in my regular form, do I see any emotional connection to anything? What kind of emotions do I get from him?
From the matter splatter?
Yeah.
Swagger, main man. I am in charge, and this place is my playground kind of vibe. He has that like self-centered, egotistic narcissism going on about this rat being. As he continues spewing on this building, and you watch as the auto shop and loading bay start to bubble. As I need to make a couple of rolls.
I see. And while this is happening, how tall would you say he is in feet? Just so I know.
All right, if I were to say the size of a small office building before it got crumbled, would 21 feet be representative of that?
I would say so, yeah.
21 feet.
Okay. Just checking something real quick.
By all means.
Man, I'm getting such mixed messages now because before it was like, okay, yeah, we're probably in that early half of Adult Swim. But man, now I'm not sure if we're on the fucking hub or something because now we're including the mandatory requisite goo, and it's like, I mean, Cartoon Network doesn't usually do the goo, at least not in the early 2000s era. That's either Nick or the hub, and unfortunately, Nick.
Oh
This
no.
this isn't the kind of thing they'd put on Nick. Doesn't fit with
Nope.
Nick at Night either, because that was all live action shit.
Oh, sadly, yeah. You're not wrong.
Okay.
Really hoping we wouldn't be in the same time block with shit like Grossology.
Yeah, anyways. I'm gonna say this, DM. As he's spewing toxic muck all over these two buildings, he notices that there's a very imposing shadow growing behind him as when Spencer lands, I'm finally transforming into my newest form, which is the extremely large cat.
Your Kajuken.
Yeah. I actually have a visual for this because I got a commission of it. I'm going to post in heroic examples.
By all means, definitely, since you're transforming. As now I have to make a couple of rolls as you transform into a big. How big is your new cat form? Let me double
At
check.
least 30 feet.
Why are you so big?
I spent a lot of money on it. And by
What
money, I
size?
mean power points.
Size rank.
Size
30
rank
feet.
is size rank 0 at this point, so that's 30 feet.
Kaiju form, growth 8.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on one second. I've got a commission of it. Here we go. And he's just about as grotesque not I wouldn't say grotesque, but absolutely as fucking terrifying as that rat, if not more so.
Cool, fire kitten.
Yes, there are flames coming off of him. They are purple, orange, and they are absolutely 90s themed.
Why do you have to say it like that? Because now I'm just imagining rad and cool, just like slowly etching itself over the flames, just like being made of flame. Totally spectacular.
Maybe. I would not put it past Spencer to do that.
I would even less put it past Spencer for him to not be doing that and just be happening for no discernible reason.
No discernible reason Spencer's not doing it, it just happens.
So the auto shop and loading bay have fused even more than what they were originally connected. The sputum seems to remeld and turn harder as most of the features are now being warped on the auto shop and the loading bay. There is a new opening for their central doors as the doors have been absorbed by the sputum.
Mm-hmm.
As you do see Dudley trying to carry out one person and another person currently being held down by some of the newly formed walls over their lower part of the body.
Okay.
And Dudley is trying to do everything he can, but you, as your giant kitten form, are like now in front of the loading bay / auto shop fuse building, staring down at the Matasplatter, who's looking up and go, "Whoa, oh!"
And I'm a cat. I'm
Was
going
expect-
to
Wasn't expecting
non-violently.
that.
Hold on. Before anything happens, I am going to reach down and help Dudley and the 2 other people onto my hand and carry them out of the way before setting them down to safety. What do I need to roll for that?
For that, it would be, since you're using your hands, dexterity wise, either sleight of hands or dexterity, in order to try to carefully grab them.
That's just a +1, so I'll see what I can do. That is a 19.
Shut up. James, I don't need that now.
First roll of the night, 18.
Alrighty. So that is enough for Dudley to give an attempt to hop on as he's recognizing that you are being helpful. Even looks familiar. He's able to read your vibe given his own unique power sets of truth finding.
Oh, anti-cat.
Mm-hmm.
Not anti-Spencer, anti-cat.
Yes.
As he has a hard time clambering onto your hand, he falls face first with the person being held up, so the person doesn't get hurt. But he looks like he's gonna have a hard. He's gonna take a lose a round in order to get up from your palm.
I understand.
While that is happening, hey, Hey, you can't just show up and ignore me. I'm the Matter Splatter. As you feel two arms come down behind you, as I need to make an attempt to actually hit you.
That is a good idea. You will need to attempt it, but I guarantee you that attempting might not be the best idea.
Double checking to see if a 17 hits your parry.
It does not hit my parry. I have a 19.
As with your cat-like reflexes, you shimmy a shoulder, and the two claws that were going to come down in a hammer style just miss you, Dudley, and the coworker, and smash into the loading bay area, actually breaking some of the uh, robotic items that were being used to move some of the heavy materials onto trucks that would load up there. Those are now being broken down, and another guy is currently in danger. I need to make a quick roll. Oh dear.
Oh no.
There are sounds of heavy metal falling down, and a person shouting even grows louder as he seems to be is out of the corner of your eye. The person who seems to have been uh, covered around the legs by the new material is now having his upper body also covered by the fallen metal. No blood is seen yet, thankfully, but he is horribly in pain.
I understand. Question. Have the people on my palm gotten off, or is Dudley still there?
Dudley and the other person are still there. You have not stated where you're putting them for safety, as you
Yes.
barely avoid being hit.
Okay. So,
Ram-
good.
Ramon, from what your natural from your past perception is able to pick up, is already moving towards the opposite of the streets, closer towards the bookmakers, with at least two people in tow.
Okay. With my hand that I currently have the people in, I am going to set them down. Let's see here. So, across the street from the loading bay and the auto shop, what exactly is there that's out of line of everything?
Currently, still standing tall in front of you, Mass, and behind Master Splatter, is the Sega Company West building that stands even taller than you, but only by about an extra 3-4 feet, as it's one of the taller buildings, as well as a short knee-high building towards you, knee-high building. The Pyragalt Banks is squatted like not too far away, almost maybe 20 feet next to the Sega Company West.
Okay. I will set them down in front of the bank. And I am ignoring the matter splatter to try and save the man who is trapped in the metal.
All right, so you're putting the two on the Sega Company.
I am putting them on the Sega Company, yes. Just knee height out of the way. I assume they have a safe roof.
Well, the Sega Company is like 4 feet taller than you.
I understand, but I'm assuming the roof at least has rooftop access.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like just double checking with you. But yeah. So you do get to put them on there safely. They do you do see a like top hatch door-esque scenario for them to use and get down to the main building.
Mhm.
Still ignoring the matter splatter. The matter splatter going, no one ignores the matter splatter.
Oh man.
Run this town now. And starts spewing into the main ground.
Oh boy.
This time it is an opaque an opaque orange as it starts bubbling up and the ground starts caving in on itself underneath as
Oh
he
boy.
starts as he sends this this orange puke crumbling wave towards your position.
I
I
see.
mean, given that it is a ray area and it is in your range, I will need a dodge, not dodge check, but a dexterity check from you in order to What?
If it's coming towards me, it's coming towards the building, right?
Yes, as you're standing in front of the company West.
I am going to willingly tank this damage so that the building does not get hit, or anyone else for that matter.
All right, I need to roll two things. No, okay, so you're willing. So you're
Yeah.
taking the failure. I will need a toughness check from you then,
All right.
as I need to make one roll for the ground.
Not minus plus.
Wait. Wrong place. Delete that.
Oh man, that oh. Delete it.
There, a Benny is being used in order to correct that.
I am. You know what? Fair enough. I'll take some damage. I'm not going to stop myself from taking damage. This is a high stress situation.
That's a little bit better. So most of the ground is crumbling. Several spots seem to be holding up as it gets to you. You bulk this orange and you feel this horrible base-like fluid hit you, and several parts of your flame doesn't just flicker. It almost feels like it's igniting in and on itself in a more volatile manner towards it, as you feel yourself take a bruise and almost get dazed from the near explosion that pops in your ears. Well, around your ears, sorry.
Okay. That's a bruise. No days, from what I'm hearing. Close to it.
Yep.
Okay.
I live by 2 degrees, thankfully.
So, once I've tanked that, and I have my bruise, I have earned it. I am going to. What is behind the matter splatter at the moment?
Behind the matter splatter right now is the loading bay and the office building rubble. And the loading bay, auto shop, fuse building, and the office building rubble. There are several people around running away from the immediate area that have been able to dodge the orange puke and sputum.
Mm-hmm.
Ramon is on his way back towards the lumber mill to try to help more people get away from the area. As you see emerging from the nearby broken down fire department, Sammy, who seems to be trying to operate one of the fire trucks that's just in a weird looking manner, just covered to the top with the fire department, as the building in itself is crumbling down onto itself from some of the previous attacks that was happening.
Okay. I need to take this guy out now, so that's what I'm going to do. I am right in. I am in. I have a direct line to the matter splatter, correct? How far away is he?
Right now, from where you're standing at and where he's standing at, surmisingly, your approximate would consider it 10 feet.
Okay.
He's not that far, especially since he puked from the ground and went towards you. A couple of feet of the ground around you has broken down to where there's an obvious pit, but you can still maneuver around it.
Okay. Just making sure I've got this. Yeah, I forgot to put that on this character, or this foreign. That's pretty awesome. So, I'm going to go ahead and, because I have one in presence and I have at least some decent intelligence now, I'm going to come up to the matter splatter, reeling back, and I'm planning to try and strike him down the street where people aren't, if that's possible. Specifically, I want to kind of give him a powerful left hook, like down the right side of the street where no one is. Try and knock him down that way.
All right,
And
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. How exactly are you doing this? Are you swinging at him with an unarmed, or are you using one of your attacks?
I am specifically swinging at him with an unarmed strike. Hold on one second. Actually, I've got something better than that. I'm going to get around to his right side, Actually, you know what? No,
Hey
left
guys,
side.
this is Big Red 2003.
And, I'm going to plant my feet down and my hind legs as well as I do a charge attack that I actually have on this character, and it's pretty hard to miss.
Alrighty, let's double check that one.
Before I
You
do
click on
that,
making a
though,
close attack. Nature damage up to you. Okay, go on.
I also have immunity to my own charge attack or slam damage, so I won't be taking damage, but he will. In addition, before I do this, I am going to say, this town isn't yours. It's mine. And I slam into him with all of my strength. Let me see here. Trying to make sure I have this right.
Okay. Damage by making a close attack. Attack nature. Limited. So you're currently charging at him, making a strike. I believe
With
you
my
need
body.
to. Yes, I believe you just need to make a.
Just a roll.
Yes, a roll to see if you hit him. If you beat his parry, and then he needs to make a roll against that DC of yours.
So this would be, let's see here. It looks like, let me check. What is my plus to that one? Instant close. I don't think I see the plus for that. Give me a moment.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Let me look this up.
Range close. Consider it a close combat for this maneuver.
Okay. This maneuver will consider it close combat, and if that's the case, got a pretty decent modifier to that.
Yep, looks like a +9.
It's pretty decent. All right, so
Go ahead and spear this rat.
that is a 21.
That hits him. He does not have that high of a parry, as he has to do a toughness check.
I believe it's a DC 25.
He takes a bruise as he actually loses a bit of breath as you barrel him over towards the appliance warehouse. Thankfully, it's already destroyed, so you're just landing him on top of rubble.
Yep.
Unless you want to push him a little bit farther. But yeah, that's your
I'm
general
pushing
area.
him farther than that.
All right, give me a strength check to show how far you're pushing them. Because I did not see a distance variation on the charge.
I believe it's just charging into him, and I'm basically doing a football. Spencer's the football mascot, and at this point, he's just going.
Then yeah, if it's just a football tackle, then yeah, go since you're from the loading bay. With the amount of strength, you would just land over where the appliance warehouse is before you bring him to the ground.
All right, he's on the ground underneath me. Let me just. So he's underneath me right now, right?
Yes,
Okay. I'm gonna pin him down. What do I need to roll for that? Athletics or something else?
it would be a grapple check, which I believe would be your strength.
It's another plus.
Or
All right. That is another 21.
versus the rat's acrobatics.
I mean, rats are pretty acrobatic, I think.
Yeah, roughly. Especially this one. 1 second.
Oh man. That's a nat 20.
So as you try to like hold him down, he gives you this side pivot as he rolls away from underneath you, shrimping out of the way. He takes a moment to stand back up and look at you. Ah, think yourself fancy and all big. How quick are you? As he switches over and spews sputum, purple sputum over at the at the pool spot and bath, just up away, and makes it hit the
Interpose.
interpose. Son of a bitch.
Yes, I do have interpose.
All right, I will need a fortitude save from you.
Fortitude save, I understand. That's a +9. That is a 24.
You feel your legs start fusing to the ground, but with your cat but with your giant fury and your cat-like reflexes, you manage to start stepping up and like squishing the sputum down, forcing it to harden on itself while keeping yourself free from being fused. You don't.
Alright.
You also avoid taking a bruise, so you're doing good. Managed to stop many issues.
Okay.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see the fire truck give a start flaring up its its like lights, and you hear the sirens go off as you also hear a couple of honks. You look down and you see Sammy giving a thumbs up as he drives the fire truck with with the firemen on all over on top, further down the street away from the combat here.
Okay. Making sure of something before I do this. Free action. I'm just gonna start speaking to him at this point. And after I've tanked the purple bile at this point, I'm just this town doesn't belong to anyone. It belongs to the people who live in it and the people who protect it. It's my job as a hero to protect this town from people like you. Or worse, people worse than you. You don't have to fight if you don't want to. You could have your own place in the city, and you could make your own home. But you're choosing to destroy property, and you're choosing to endanger people's lives, and I can't have that. So, let's see if I have this ready. Oh, I do. What is behind the matter splatter at the moment? Just making sure so I don't destroy another building.
Mostly road. They're about 40 feet behind some fed stuff areas. You do see the roof of one of the roofing businesses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Shingles R Us.
Shingles are us. Quick shingle, whatever it is. However, I am going to. Now, keep in mind, in this form, I have a lot of speed, especially for this size. So I am going to, since he's currently he's not close to anything right now. What did you do?
Not what I did. It's what Puddles just hashtagged. Hashtag we are the bad things in this town.
Amazing. Let's see here. Spencer's going to plant both of his feet this time, and I do have a weapon that's not physically based this time. It's perfect for this particular form. It is ranged, and it is perception based range, so it has almost no range on it. As in, no range it can't hit. Let's see here, penetrating rank 10. The only problem is that when I start using it, the sunlight in the area amplifies. It's kind of like, imagine if you will, that sunlight is streaming down into my body and the flames are getting brighter, slowly crawling along my body towards my throat where it starts building. Until eventually, laser beam. Damage rank 8.
All right, so that would be 28 damage to beat if I can make this dex save.
It is, I think it's an attack. I could be wrong.
Could be.
Yep, it's a ranged combat attack. I can use a +9 or you can roll it as a dex save. It's your point.
Well, it would be a dodge. It would go, you would roll your attack against his dodge.
Okay.
Yep.
That would be a 1d20 plus 9 because it's also a plus 9. I will use a bunny with that.
I'm sure you will.
That is a 22.
That does beat his dodge, as I have to make a very high toughness check. And given the fact that he already has a bruise,
Pretty
Dampens.
hard to beat. Oh my god!
as you open your mouth to start shooting his laser at him, he looks over. What? You spewing things too?
You're
Great,
taking
join the club, and then like start spewing back. The blast sort of meets, but yours is greater. But as it starts barreling down, the sputum seems to make a bit of a shield around his face as you're blasting. By the time you stop your blasting, he has enough sputum around his face to like prevent the blast from hitting him as it crumbles down. All right, hot spit.
Sorry, DM. Did he just throw up on himself as a shield defense?
Dang. That's pretty good. However, I'm following it up immediately with a slam right into his cheek to try and knock him out. That's another strike. I'm gonna have to roll another 1d20 plus 9. That is a 26.
That is another hit. Let me roll his toughness once more.
Again, Jesus Christ!
You telegraph this punch too wide, too openly, as he's able to, and gives him enough time to like see it and count as he blocks it and goes for a counterattack, swinging his tail up and around at you.
Man, this really is a kaiju fight right now. It's just stupid and it's just super awesome. That's oh come on!
Spencer, in your new form, you weren't expecting to be hit with a vicious whip of a tail, and yet in the back of your ear, I'll need that toughness check.
That's definitely hurting him. That's very much hurting. What check do I need to make?
Toughness.
Toughness.
That is an
And for you
18.
people at home, that was the second nat 20 of the night, and it was rolled by the GM.
Is that 3 degrees, DM?
Thankfully, no, because you do have your impervious damage. It did reduce the DC. You were you only.
That's not how
That's
impervious
not
works.
how it works.
Is it not?
No.
No. If it beats the impervious damage rating, then it goes through.
Yeah.
If his damage is greater than 18, you got to start doing your degrees at this point.
Okay.
And it is. Shit.
It
Yeah,
is
and
3
keep in
degrees?
mind there's a +5 to the DC thanks to the nat 20.
Yep.
So, DM, we have to use another Benny here.
Go ahead then.
I mean, this is a tough fight. I'm not saying he's weak. He's pretty fucking strong, and this is hard.
And to be fair, Transient's not there to gimp suit him.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
And if he was, he would. I guarantee you would probably have a hard time.
I could muzzle him if I'm ever there.
Try. Okay, well that's a 22. Does that do better?
It does for the damage. It does for the toughness check. As your your ears reflexively like flick back at the same time, and because of the size, it rebuffs the immediate slashing that comes from the tail. Your ear stings, but it doesn't sting so much that it's causing you problems. You're able to
Okay.
tough out the damage.
For now. Okay, this is a pretty tough fight. I'm gonna be honest, pretty tough fight. But I'm still at it. let's see here.
Well, this is what happens when you leave the rest of your hero team behind.
I know I left you guys behind, but at the same time, I got there fast. That's also one of the things. However, let's see what I can do here. He's still standing in the same place, right?
At the current moment, yes, but once you commit to what your next action is, it will be technically his turn.
Okay. The tail just whipped me, right?
Yep, from behind, but you were able to like whip your ear back at the same time as it tried to hit you.
I'm going to reach out and grab his tail as hard as possible.
All right, give me another grapple check.
Right. Let me check something though.
I mean, this is a kaiju battle. I mean, on
This
our
is-
way, we're literally seeing two giant monsters fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
As you all are currently be making your way over towards the mining sector, the sounds of heavy thudding and eruptions is occurring in the distance. Spencer having transformed and a giant rat beast pushing buildings and spewing up stuff all over the place. It's a rather nasty fight out there.
It doesn't help that our base where we started out at is on the complete opposite side of town.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I like to imagine seeing this in the distance as they're driving towards the mining place. Jason's going to look at the others and it's like, what do you think the cover story they're going to come up with in the news for this one is?
Movie, probably.
Don't they
Boy, that's
normally
gonna
do
be
that with
fun.
miniatures instead?
Usually, but they're probably going to spin it with a live action. Hey, we wanted to do a kaiju battle, so we made these giant animatronics type thing.
They're just guys in suits. Oh boy. That's a 25 DM.
Right, that does beat his parry as you grab him. So
Okay.
you grab it. So you have his tail in your hands. He seems to slightly stiffen up as he looks at you. What the heck are you doing with my tail?
DM. I'm gonna start spinning him around.
All right, you're gonna what? Says McTossin or something.
I'm
Song game
essentially
battle?
trying to throw him out of town.
Sling them into the sun.
I'm gonna try.
All right, I will need for this one. I will need a mixture of strength, agility, and what's the other one that will work with this? Strength, agility, and awareness.
You mean awareness or perception?
Either or.
I do have a good plus to perception this time. So, first up is strength. Okay, I'm doing a penny on that. Gotta be kidding me. Come on!
So that is a dirty
20.
20.
Dirty 20 because it's a angry.
The karma of the dice has come around from Monday.
Look, I didn't roll anything.
Just because you didn't roll anything doesn't mean that I didn't steal all the luck.
Fair enough. Go ahead, DM. What happens?
Now, hang on. You rolled that natural 20 stealth on Monday.
Yeah, it's true. So, do I keep going, or do I need to?
Yeah, I still need the agility check from you as well as a perception check.
Okay, agility is a +1. That is a 6. Okay. This is the perception. That's a nat 20. You're kidding me?
Alrighty.
So that is a 20, a 6, and a 29.
Dice, wow. You're making this the Saturday morning cartoon.
So you start spinning around as quickly as you can. Hey, wait, hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, wait, how about this? 4 spins, 5 spins, 6 spins. You're spinning so much now, you are losing track of where your legs are at. However, you do know where you're pointing out to them. Over towards the far southwest side of town, where you can ballpark where at least a possible deep enough gorge for him to fall in is. Give or take the hopeful possibility of other vehicles going through, but definitely know a decent enough gorge. That's how well you were able to spy it. And then with your dirty 20 strength, you give the rat a heavy lob. We can top! We can split the city! With your strength, you were able to send him flying out of town on the amount of spins alone. However, because of how bad your legs were moving and how bad you lost track of your legs moving, but once you let him go, you fell immediately into the rubbles of the fire department, further destroying it and causing one of the water systems to start spraying off.
I hate water. I hate water.
DM, I have a question that I'm going to feel bad for asking, but I have to ask.
Yes.
How nauseous did the rat get from all the spinning?
There's a vomit explosion in the distance, probably.
If it wasn't trying to if it wasn't trying to speak, he might have vomited. But he, in the distance, as you see it go from where it's at over across the horizon, where you guys are currently at this point in the combat, you guys are already neck deep inside the conflict of the crumbling processing plant, and we'll reach that point here shortly. But at that point,
I just realized something.
yes.
Did you know rats can't vomit?
Yes, I know that. But
I
that's
didn't.
why it makes this such an amazing fight, because it's something he didn't expect.
Yeah, no, I only know that because of a Remy the Rat meme.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's news to me, and guess what? Mine does.
I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying that, biologically he's not supposed to be able to.
Not supposed to, at least.
What are your superpowers? I am a giant rat with the power to meld things together with my spit. Okay, that's a little weird. Also, I have a human esophagus. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was just more of a random fact.
Duly noted. Love it.
Well, I did say the last time we'd be either giving history lessons or biology lessons, so.
Well, Spencer and the rest of the group, as you see in the distance, him falling into the distant gorge and disappearing out of sight. The last thing from the matter splatter is this very vibrant blue gush that comes out of the distance like a very momentary squirt from a water bottle.
Jesus.
My God. But yeah, he's in the gorge, deep down there.
There
No.
is Spencer, you gain a weird sense that I'm going to send to you privately.
Yeah, Spencer's kind of tired right now. He just managed to. That's his first fight with the kaiju.
Sure enough, he was made of matter and he did splatter.
Spencer actually does look tired, though. Mostly because he's doused in water right now.
That triggers one of your things, doesn't it?
Yes, I absolutely
Yes.
cannot stand water.
So, Spencer, I will need a will check to keep you from bouncing around and jumping on different buildings as you're trying to run away from the gushing water from the building that from the crumbled rubble that you're standing on top of.
Need a what? Will save?
Yes.
Okay. That's a +1. I guarantee you I know how it's going to go. Where's the. Okay, there it is. Lost it for a moment. That's another natural 20.
I called it. Damn it, and I was muted when I did.
You would have been more angry and ready to hop out from it if it weren't for the sensation you just felt at the distance when you saw that blue spurt.
Mm-hmm.
As you manage to keep yourself calm and get out of the building carefully, how will you return back to the base?
First off, I am absolutely soaked in water and my flames have gone out. But as a more comical twist, because I absolutely am the only smash and switch character that we have here, I am going to put a thumb in my mouth and blow, and the entirety of my flames whip back up and dry me off instantly.
I like it.
And with that, I am going to shrink back down to my regular form. And I'm gonna go back to that loading bay and see if I can help that person who's still trapped or see what's going on with them.
They're still trapped. Thankfully, you were able to keep them from being worse off. Go ahead and give me a strength check, and we'll cut back to you as we hop back over to earlier this morning at the base, currently as everyone is getting ready to head out.
To be fair, Spencer probably was there for maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes. He'll catch up.
Catch up.
You'll catch up at the power processing plant once directed there. And yes, it's an 18. I'll send you the result.
No problem.
So yeah, no, we're just driving because it takes forever to get around in this town.
Takes forever to get around in this town. Thank God I made a speedster.
Yeah, but it's not like you're pulling the Humvee.
Well, there's not much I can do about that, but I can take them to.
No, Transit. He's not surrounded by a lake of water. However, the rubbles are definitely getting muddy with all the water piping that is still spurting out from underneath. It's more like one of those like side fountains that happen. Or you remember when you were a kid and they had those ground fountains that would just erupt from the ground, but there was no like legitimate waterhead. Sort of like that. So Spencer, yes, you do start ferrying them over to that area. While you're doing that, back to the group. Now, has the group already headed out, or was Puddles gonna do that one thing that they wanted to do before?
No, I got the one thing I wanted to do before.
Okay, you already did.
Yeah, I wanted to ask for the belt.
Which
Oh,
we
okay.
got.
Yeah,
Belt isn't handy, thankfully. You
'Cause-
all are currently in.
because
Oh, go ahead.
either I use it or Transient uses it.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know what'll happen if Jace uses it.
We really don't know. We really should find out.
This is an enigma inside of a riddle. He has no idea what will happen when the belt he designed to be able to walk again works. And he's
Mhm.
kind of scared. Can you imagine what kind of power you would have if he also had legs?
No, I don't want to.
I can give him legs.
Maybe.
He was a metahuman with
Possible.
legs.
Leg man.
Yes,
The group
hello.
is currently inside the Humvee, heading over towards the mine. Jace, if I can get a vehicle check from you so you can avoid traffic as it's going through.
Yay! Let me make this check and see how badly Everett fucks me over.
Jace and
Okay.
Transient.
It's still a 19, though.
Yeah, but that's bad for me. My lowest is an 18 in that.
Yeah, but it's not. So,
Ready. Incident occurring.
Is it one of those situations where because of a disaster, there's people on both fucking lanes of the road going the same way?
Yes, that's why.
Isn't a Humvee an all-terrain vehicle? Especially
Yes.
since we're using
Uh,
a military one.
yes,
That's
it
exactly-
is. And we probably outweigh every other vehicle on the road that isn't a straight up 18-wheeler.
This is like, what, 2002, if I recall correctly? This one's probably still made of, like, real metal and not aluminum.
Now listen, you see, this is probably the heaviest wheelchair Jace will ever own, so
And thankfully, it is tough enough to where the wild driving Lincoln that came out that's driving on the same side of you guys only clips you guys on the side, but doesn't deter you guys off the road, nor does it really do much damage to you guys. It's that hardy of a vehicle.
This
Hey, Murr, this is an
Go ahead.
H1. I will let you think about what you just said versus
Yes,
a
the
Lincoln.
Yes, the Lincoln is cracked and broken, already sent off, jutting to the side.
Oh no, it just means we're gonna fucking ram it.
What
That's
I was
what
going
I
to say
said.
is, I really love military grade hardware. This thing could drive in absolutely any fucking condition except it's 60 on a highway.
No,
Yes,
it can
it-
drive 60 on a highway. It just gets about 5 miles to the gallon.
5 miles to the gallon, inflicts like 3 bruises per passenger per minute.
Fucking hell.
do I also have to rescue the Lincoln?
No, the Lincoln is out of your detection range as you're focusing on the rest of that area right now, trying to help everybody else out.
Oh no, he's still in the midst of a kaiju battle right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm
viewers, this is
out
the
of
part.
town, but that's for a while.
Anyways, to our strange and mysterious viewers, this is the part of the session where we tell you we're sponsored by every car company except Lincoln.
Please sponsor us.
Brought to you by non-existent.
Look, the last video only had like 6 views, okay?
Listen, I'm not ready for sponsorship. Sponsorship is not ready for me. We currently have this not ready for each other vibe going on, and I'm digging it. So,
So please
Sponsor,
like and
yes.
subscribe.
It would
Like,
be
look at that
absolutely
number.
hilarious if they put a fucking car ad in front of this
Add-on?
video.
What's
A
the
Lincoln
requirement?
car ad.
If we can get up to 50 people watching this bullshit every month, then we can get Kage partner.
Introducing Toyota's new Humvee.
For sure.
God help me.
Better. faster. It's Chevy Truck Month.
Buy 2 Humvees, get 1 free. We're practically
Just a
giving them
fucking-
away.
It's just a fucking YouTube poop combination of all the different, like, it's blah, 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 blah for certain car company.
Just tossing Billy Mays every so often to give that extra wow faction.
Wow.
Happy Fordmas,
Oh, Billy
everyone.
Mays is still alive right now in this game.
Don't remind
Uh-huh.
me about how
Caught with cocaine.
Love Billy Mays.
Look, Billy Mays didn't die because of like him doing something horrible.
I know.
I know.
Gone too soon.
No, I agree. Commercials don't hit as well as they used to.
Not without Billy Mays.
The last commercial that really hit was the one done by that guy who looked like a borderline sociopath, and it's like, watch me cut this bone now.
Lexio, right.
The sequence of him being like, and now let's do some real damage, stares at the camera holding a knife like a serial killer, starts stabbing the bucket.
Oh, my lord. Are infomercials nowadays still as controversial as those back then?
No.
I
Controversial.
haven't seen
Oh,
it.
they're just utterly dull now.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a proper infomercial in that vibe in like 10 years.
Yeah.
All of them are like, we're going to play smooth jazz in the background while we describe the 80 different side effects of this medication designed to make you not hate yourself.
They were doing that before anyway.
Feeling euphoria? Me too. Try it.
Yeah, but back then they had the Micro Machine Man who could read it at like literally light speed.
I'm waiting for the commercial that has like 50,000 different people dressed in the same costume throwing things together, and it just zooms out. It's like, that's why you should choose XYZ Cleaner.
I mean, if you want the
You
real
like
crazy
that one?
ones, you gotta look at Japan's.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was talking about that one. It's
Going
pretty
back
awesome.
to Shingles R Us, Japan had this really awesome like roofing commercial. Like just a bunch of guys in the middle of like different weathers, including dead ass winter, and they're just linked in arms. Just, I think they were singing "We Can Hold Together."
I love that one so much.
The last one I can think of in the style you described, Greg, was that one that came out when Matrix Reloaded was coming out, where it was Keanu Reeves as Neo doing like a car commercial in a desert, and all his different Neo copies were getting sucked into a fucking tornado for some reason.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Don't know what the purpose of that ad was, but it was memorable.
It was memorable, and that's what's gonna matter. You're gonna buy that. You're gonna buy whatever they sold that day.
We were playing a game, weren't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were playing a game.
Yeah,
I will
we
need
took out a
perception-
Lincoln.
You took out a Lincoln. I will need perception checks from Puddles and Transient as you guys are approaching to the main gates of the mine facility.
Right after I
Mindset.
captured a black cat? Okay.
Yes, especially after.
Hey, you didn't catch me. I'm kind of hard to catch.
I think they caught
What are you
the
talking about?
darkness.
All she has to do is say your name and you're caught.
What, you? You don't know how right that is?
So I
Hold
take it
on,
that's the.
I'm looking at my bonus. Okay, thanks. Thanks, game.
You added an extra exclamation point.
Okay.
All right. Transient, you're able to see the mining doors still closed. And you're able to see some puffs of smoke. Willet, you're able to see some bright lights as a couple of fire trucks are already on the side of the outside of the mining facility, trying to speak to the people at the gate, trying to get it to open as you guys are approaching it. I take it Jay slows down, given that the door is still closed, unless he wants to specify that the Humvee will ram the door.
I figured we were going to the wedding. Jace didn't care
No.
about anything else.
No. We have like 6 hours. We'll take care of business first, and then we'll crash the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let people die on my sister's wedding day. That way, the news is gonna get overblown.
Don't worry, it's already overblown by the kaiju battle going on in the background.
I'm sorry, you mean the movie production?
Get on
Exactly.
inside a major battle, Tom!
Yeah, no, if I was the Watts, I definitely would suppress the news for this day.
We can have it wait like 24 hours, and then
Yeah.
Absolute pandemonium out here!
our top story tonight: marriage of the two major families. On a side note, there was a kaiju rampage down there.
Wonderful weddings and happy matrimony is done today. Along with that, suspicious large creatures in the background. Kaiju battle or new movie production.
Lastly, our least important story of the night: the source of all income for our town collapsed.
Yeah.
Lordy. So once more, are you barreling through the doors? Are you pausing at the doors, trying to get it open another way?
Oh, let me think
Um,
about this.
We
The
have
doors
someone
are-
with super strength. And it's not Spencer.
What do the doors appear to be made of before I decide? Like, just real quick analysis. What can I? Do they appear metal? Are they wooden? Are they like aluminum sheet metal? What's going on here?
There are metal gates attached to pulleys and a chain system that seems to operate off of a electric lever system. Pull the lever, trigger the motor, motor pulls the chain open, switch lever over to what's up?
Electric, you say? Technology check.
Yes, indeed. Please.
There should be no surprise there.
I mean, also, like, what kind of chatter is he getting from the radios? Because that's all playing in his head.
Chatter in the radio is mostly firefighters currently bickering about destruction in the town, trying to cover that, as well as the mining processing facility crumbling and getting ready to blow. Several municipals are trying to call dibs on the mining facilities, but with the mining system themselves having the doors locked for their safety purposes, while evacuating other people through their own personal systems, it has become a bit of a cluster of arguments in the radio section, from what Jason can vibe with. That being said, that 30 does immediately kick off the opening sequence as you switch the lever to open. You see several firefighters look up and point at it as they start trying to make over towards their truck. You have enough time, however, because you're still in the vehicle is still running, to just glide in while several of the mining workers are trying to figure out what's going on, trying to stop it. A person does step up in front of you to try to wave you down. I will need another vehicle check to avoid hitting this guy.
Okay. And as an added detail, can I use that projection system as we pass to just have them have the illusion that we normally have? I mean, hologram for this guy. Just briefly flash what's an official-looking badge.
Hello, my name is Smith.
Sure, go ahead and give me the vehicle's disguise ability.
I
Deception.
don't know if we officially have something for that. It just kind of came up the first time we used it.
And then I'll just say, go ahead and roll a d20 with a +5 for the vehicle's deception.
All right.
So,
Yes? Or am I wrong about that?
so is Jace a backseat driver?
Jason's always been a backseat driver on what he
Shit.
No, he's in the passenger seat.
They don't question a damn thing.
Andrew Connor, FBI.
Emergency
get into the
services,
gate.
we're here to stabilize the mine before it gets any worse. And it's like, oh, okay. And then we just barrel past without stopping.
The guy is trying to wave you, but sees like the flash of a badge from the inside of the vehicle. Gets off the side. Entry caller, FBI. Drives off. That's all the guy catches.
Well, that seemed official. Let's not think about it.
The amount of shit you guys get away with is absolutely grotesque.
You got some fucking room to talk, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've got some room to talk. That's right.
The vehicle follows a series of short trails as you make your way towards the obvious signs of a building crumbling in on itself, smoking, fire coming out. There is a heavy sense of trouble coming from this building.
Does it seem like the time limit to save everyone is short?
It does seem decreasing as one of the sides of the
Yeah.
roof collapses as you guys approach the immediate area. Go ahead.
I have a question. Does it seem like the building is more immediately going to burn down or more immediately like it's going to collapse under whatever's going on?
If I were to say yes, would that help better depict of what exactly is happening to the mining processing plant? It is on fire, collapsing and about to erupt.
In
The
that
structure-
case, if you use two descriptors that would involve fire, Wilda, which side of the vehicle are you on?
We'll just say the drivers.
Okay. Jason's going to tell you we need to do this quickly. You should unbuckle your seatbelt and brace. And he is going to have the vehicle swing to a hard stop and the door on your side fly open.
Okay, I will tumble out with my mask on because we knew this was happening.
Preach and clear, people. Let's do this.
All right, as you guys are being quick about this, Willa, since you were told to be first, you're going first.
Mhm.
I take it Jace is going second since he's driving. Transient, will you be okay going last?
Transient can go before me. I think what Jace is probably going to do is find a place to stop the vehicle once those two are out so he can sit there and use his powers to control mining equipment.
That's
Yeah.
acceptable. So it will be
Yeah.
Puddles, Puddles, Transient, Jace.
I am
And
heavily
then burning
reminded
building
of
this
the
next.
forklift.
And then what?
Oh boy.
I'm heavily reminded of the forklift of doom from Red Wick.
He was not forklift certified. He should not have been driving that, but he did.
Crime be damned if my man can operate a forklift.
Listen, if we need Frankendozer, Jace is here to bring Frankendozer.
Hmm.
Here.
Oh fuck! I'm just imagining a yellow devastator now. Oh god.
Listen, if we need the fucking Constructicons, I will make it happen. Just say the word.
I'm not sure if cats can afford the building.
Listen, there's enough equipment here. I can make it happen. It'll be a DIY job, but I can make the Constructicons.
Well, if
Yeah.
it's my turn, I'm gonna draw blood and activate the belt.
Okay, I need to double check and find one thing real quick. I have a scripter in that book.
Yeah.
Where is that particular book?
Yeah, we're finally seeing somebody else use the belt.
Yeah. Let me tell you that this idea kept me up for an extra 2 hours.
I didn't mean to keep you up that much.
Is that a yes, a good thing, or a no, a bad thing? I don't know.
I don't know.
We got too loud there. Hooba. On the page. That's his armor. Edward's armor. Will this. going into heroic examples, let me pull up the armor form that she has, as I also answer. Understood. I'll let that be your flavoring when you turn it off.
Thank you.
But voice,
For some reason, because I wasn't here the last time you guys used this fucking thing, I like to imagine that it's goes into that animation sequence like they'll do for a transformation, like the DNA shit from Ben 10 or the brain blast from Jimmy Neutron, and it's just that, but like in the blood veins, something happening.
sorta. I always like more imagine it in the Kamen Rider esque. It's just outside, but it just covers you. But go on, Trendy. You were saying something
Nope.
before I rudely cut you off.
No, I was adjusting my position.
Fair enough. So you draw blood. You hear the belt start going off, and I really need to find someone who's good with music to commission a jingle for the belt itself.
Don't worry, I know a few people.
But more than that, once you enter it in, the belt starts going off. Analyzing, water, refining, ice. As with transients, you feel feel certain sharpness in your blood starts exuding out of you as the slag gets harmonized with the belt and is pulled, rechanging into a more armoristic form. As cold and fierce of the Arctic Ocean, temper your resolve and rage your emotion. Codename: Living Glacier.
You see that? If anyone
In
gets
hero-
close to her, she's exuding cold. Okay.
Jace quietly comments to himself, I swear to God, if Rockin' Prime or that fucking belt start making ice puns.
I imagine it just happens on cue.
I just hear Rockin' Prime start making Mr. Freeze jokes in the background, and I slam my head into the console.
Well, I am going to start, reinforcing or start putting out the fire with ice.
All right, let me slap something in the map section
Okay?
with my phone. Damn it. Have to enter out to the loud area. Give me a second. But I do have a map of the first floor area for you guys. What's into his
Hey.
perfect.
Hey, Spence.
Yeah.
How much fire could 100 pounds of solid carbon dioxide put out?
Do you want the numbers answer or the simple answer?
A rough guesstimate.
How many pounds you said again?
100?
Let me
Goodness.
just look at the law for this real quick, and I'll give you a rough guesstimate.
I'm
Because I
assuming this thing
know.
belongs-
Well, fire extinguishers. It's pure CO2 that they typically use.
So the majority of the fire is at the top, as at the north and south side of the building, as shown by the shitty fire symbols on the supposed top and bottom of the page. Damn sideways pictures. In there, you can also hear immediate sounds of people screaming, hollering for help. Puddle, as your new form takes step forward, every step seems to grow patches of ice and snow. As you go over towards the area you're about to go put out through your own method, the area starts getting colder around you.
Okay.
How will you put out that particular side?
Well, I have. I have Ice Blast. I have Ice Shapes. I have 4,000 cubic feet of ice shapes that I'm able to do in one turn. So I'm going to literally block off the fire with ice. I'm gonna wall it out.
Depends on the type of fire it is. But not a bad idea.
You said this was a chemical processing plant. CO2 might be a bad idea.
CO2 might not be a bad idea. It depends the chemical, but for your answer, you can make about 17,483 cubic feet of CO2 to put out a fire.
Sounds good to me.
I'll put the number in chat.
Goodness. So you go to start encasing the first large flame in front of you that is bursting out of the side of the south wall. The ice not only takes form, it also starts supporting some of the crumbling area. One of the side of the building that looks like it was about to cave in falls immediately onto one of the ice carved walls that you've crafted around this fire. It is like a 10-foot sphere around the fire, about 8 foot tall. It's cut off most of the rising flames, and it's balled up into there. And with how thick the ice is in and of itself, you can see the flame raging and somewhat dying out as you're cutting off the oxygen from that flame.
Okay.
All right. Anything else before we shift over to transient?
Nope, that was it.
Transient, you just saw Wilda go over towards the south wall in her new form, and you already feel the air around you while you're like good 50 to 80 feet away from her as she approaches the building, and it still feels like the air around you has dropped significantly by 50 degrees.
Alrighty. Good thing I'm wearing my coat.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
We are in America. Fahrenheit, my good sir.
I was
Thank
going to
you.
ask because there's 2 American units we use, but go ahead.
It's not in Kelvin.
No, no, it dropped 50 Kelvin.
That's actually a lot less than Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
it is.
I know.
You're
All
making
right.
the American in this chat flee. Actually, no, man.
So let's see here. Which side of the building are we actually on? She went to the south side.
You're at the southeastern corner. You have the east side, which is still standing, and the south side, which you saw her going to cover the ice. You can roundabout to check the north side and the west side of the building.
I'll go ahead and check out the west side of the building, see how it looks.
The west side of the building has the initial entrance, which seems to have already been blown out from one of the initial eruptions. The wall itself is still standing, but the original entrance has been blown out of place, like including the door frame where the doors were blasted out.
Have the walls partially collapsed?
Let me roll something real quick. Yes.
Alrighty. Then I'll do what I can to, let's see here. Actually, I should ask, how much of the building has collapsed so far? As far as we can see.
Current standing, only an eighth of the building has collapsed, but there is still active fire spewing from the second and third floor.
All right, let's see here. How high up is, well, no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the rest of my action. I'm gonna do a set of stairs with struts to get me up to the second floor.
Making a set of stairs and struts.
Yep, to get up to the second floor.
All right, go ahead and give me your alchemy. As you are on the west side.
Check my bonus on that. It's now at a plus 14. 21, sir.
That is still good enough to make a decent set of stairs reaching up. Definitely beats your current station for transmutation. You make a decent, solid. I would say like cast iron for a sturdier stair set.
No, not cast iron. Cast iron's way too heavy. We'd probably go with something like aluminum or trying to think of the composition.
You could do a lot of things, honestly.
Aluminum,
Yeah.
titanium, bifate steel alloy.
We'll just go with standard 1040 steel.
Fair enough. So you make a steel stairwell. Doesn't curve, just goes immediately up to the second floor, but it melds up enough, and there was enough electricity to make a opening. Not a door frame properly, but just an opening where you're able to walk through. From where you're at in the second floor, you immediately see one person who looks like he's barely who looks like he's hanging on to the railing of the walkway up there, but he seems to be somewhat distracted as you go up to the second floor. Let me send a picture of the second floor right now.
Okay. So let's see here.
Once more, not the most impressive. And I did not make the edits there. So let me add the edits.
All right, so I came in from the left side of the building. The walkway just surrounds the entire thing, right?
Yes, it goes all the way around the second floor, but there is another set of stairs at the other end. This one looks more enclosed, like like it's trying to keep a lot of the fumes from down here out from going upward. They have a separate like chimney that has already collapsed. As you look down into the inner area, that whole middle area actually looks down to the first area. You can see the ice block that's forming underneath what seems to have been a broken set of railing,
Okay.
as well as a large chunk of the chimney just being in the center area. By the stairs, you see one person and another person running towards the top of the stairs. They're somewhere in that midway. Taking a picture of the updated. Okay. And there's that of the second floor and a slight update to the first floor.
Okay, so the stars are current locations of
People.
possibly civilians.
Yes.
Oi, dumbass, get the hell out!
Oh, what? Oh God! Thank you. Oh God! Oh God! Oh, nice stairs. How did you get these here?
No questions, get the hell out!
Oh God! So we can erase that star you saved as you're pulling them out.
Yeah.
Moving over to Jace, if that's okay. Unless there was something else you wanted to do.
Nope, that's everything I could do.
Jace, as you park your vehicle, it is. It's more up in the northern eastern area. As you like drive past the building to one of the more available parking spots. Bear with me here. You and Rock and Prime get out of the vehicle. Rock and Prime, still in wheelchair form, comes over and lets you get into him.
Jace
And so
is stay in the vehicle, but he will dispatch Rock and Prime in robot form.
Okay, so he will. So he comes over hover chair. You tell him you're staying in the vehicle, but you give him the indication to head over. Where exactly do you want him to head over to? Northward, eastward, southward, westward.
I want him to head to the nearest what appears to be an entrance here on the northern side, whether that be a window, a blown open wall, an actual door, whatever will get him into the building. And he is basically being set to look for signs of survivors, and if he could locate them, try to figure out the way to most safely extricate them from the building. And what Jace's going to be doing, first and foremost, is going to be trying to trigger literally any fire suppression systems this building might have. And if he can't find any fire suppression systems, regardless of whether... If he can find them, but they're broken, that's one thing. But if he can't find them at all, he's just quietly sending a report to OSHA along with everything else.
Okay. OSHA approves.
He's got the OSHA website pulled up.
Just in his head, like, all right, do these fuck... No! Why do you fuckers not have basic fire safety? This isn't hard.
Cheapskates.
Lovely. So you send Rocket Prime, who does transform. With your technology combined, I am Rocket Prime!
Just waiting
goes
for
over
the
to-
PA system for the PA about fire safety.
Goes over to the north side wall. There's a very a very thick window, like a blast window set there. See him stick his hand into the side and pull the full window out.
It's a very Spencer thing to do if you're Rocking Prime.
Did you know that buildings are supposed to have a fire prevention code? Are supposed to follow fire prevention codes? Not having a water system or a fire suppression system in set is violation of insert code here.
Actually, how hard was that repression system, or is there no system? Because if there's no system, I'm letting him play this one out loud.
Not that you can see.
Okay, I'm letting him play this one out loud.
They deserve it.
Report to OSHA has been filed, and
Report to the fire marshal.
Fire marshal, OSHA, all the necessary authorities. The reports have been digitally sent, and now Jace is going to look around for any machinery he can use to potentially create openings in this building to help people get out once Rockin' Prime locates them.
Oh Lord. Oh God. Okay. So Rocket Prime sees the first person like lying on the ground. There seems to be a already building fire on the opposite side of the wall that he just came through via the window side.
Mhm.
As he continues on, all fire inspections, all inspections of fire systems should be done within a monthly fashion. If not within a monthly fashion, at least once every 3 months. In order to prevent such situations like this. Goes to
Now-
pick up the civilian.
DM, I have a question for you as well, because I do not remember off the top of my head if we got rid of this or if he still has it. At one point, Rockin' Prime had, I think, a smoke grenade, didn't he?
Let me double check.
You might have.
I know he
That's-
used
Probably.
it. Get rid of it.
That's the packs. That's not what I want. I want this one. Going down. Show me Rocket Primes. Chameleon cloak, deflection shield, laser pistol. Nope. Yeah, I still see smoke cloud in your latest one. Smoke cloud,
Okay.
cloud area, concealment attack 2, sense, sight, DC 12.
Question for the physicist in the chat, because this is not my area of expertise by any means.
Yeah.
But the combination of smoke doesn't include oxygen, correct? That's why it's suffocating.
Depends on the type of smoke you're using. What kind are you thinking of that Rocking Prime would have?
Mostly of the kind that that traditional, like, really thick, heavy black smoke.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Like, I don't know what the composition of that is because, again, not my area of expertise. But that's kind of what I'm.
If it's a black smoke, that's typically an oil-based smoke, so that'd be a bad thing. If it's the
Okay.
white smoke, it's usually some form of a carbon dioxide-based smoke because those are usually thicker and heavier.
Well, the basis of this is that it's so thick that it can conceal people entirely. It can make it hard to literally see people right in front of your face.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the bad news first, because he hasn't deployed this. I just want to hear what you have to say.
The bad news is that most smoke grenades use either phosphorus or hexachloroethane zinc and granular aluminum. Both are exothermic and cause fire.
Okay, here's a question for you. Are those things Jace could have gotten his hands on in a suburb without having the FBI notice?
My man, he was raised inside of a military base. If he hasn't gotten his hands on it, he could go to Home Depot at any point he wanted to.
Wait, but I'm asking just to be safe.
Yeah, he could have. He
Dude,
could have
what's
absolutely
more-
bought fertilizer too.
We're in the year 2002. This was before the Unabomber, I want to say, or the bombing of the Boston Marathon. So
It's before a lot of things, but I will tell you this. There is general safety, but it's not so high that you couldn't just go to Home Depot and make one yourself.
like at this point in the time frame, you going to buy the ingredients for your smoke bomb is not enough to catch the FBI's attention.
No, it
Maybe
wouldn't
a
be
couple
FBI.
of military personnel who walk by, but not
Yeah,
the
it
FBI.
wouldn't be FBI level. It would, however,
Maybe
You could just bypass Home Depot entirely. You have a live-in alchemist.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
You have a living now.
Okay, we've got a living alchemist on staff. What is the best non-exothermic? Because I feel like he's, practically speaking, conditioned doing good, wouldn't want his main form of concealment to set shit on fire.
1 second.
Like, just practically speaking, it doesn't feel like doing good if you throw a smoke bomb and you deal, like, fire damage to whatever building you're in.
Okay. So let's see.
We have
here.
5 minutes until I have to call it for here.
Well,
What
we
was
don't
that?
have Dahlia. We can keep going if we want to, but
Yeah.
I know. It's just I did promise my family that I would go and help them with something around 8.
no, I got you. I understand. Okay, so if you want the simple answer is endothermic reactions absorb heat. It'll absorb the heat, but it won't stop the fire. However, you can rapidly produce a lot of water vapor to put out the fire.
Well, my idea was to use the smoke to smother it.
You absolutely could do that with transient. You absolutely could.
Yeah, just choose random chemical composition. He probably gave it to you at some point.
Random chemical composition, it's probably something close to carbon dioxide or a powder-based fire extinguisher.
In that case, deploy smoke grenade to start choking out the fire in nearby area.
All right. I will need the attack roll for the smoke grenade to hit the fire, and then I will make a toughness check for the fire.
Okay, give me just a
That's
second.
one a fire.
Let me pull up the sheet so I can make sure I've got the right.
Ooh,
Sorry.
fire! Moving so fast. Let's see if we can hit fire.
Scary.
Smoke cloud attack 2. So is that just plus 2?
Let me double check it because I believe that +2 is just talking about your
Power level. In it.
Over 9,000.
We'll consider this a range, if anything. Have Rock and Prime roll his range attack.
Okay, range attack.
Oh wait, no, I see the clock concealment.
Yeah, it would be a ranged attack if he's launching it, so.
I'm assuming it is a yeet because it is a grenade.
It is a grenade.
Yep.
I don't know.
So
Did you input a grenade launcher somewhere on Rockin' Prime?
Man's a fucking machine. He doesn't need a grenade launcher. His arm is the grenade launcher.
Load the
Naturally.
grenade, Rocking Prime.
Listen, that man could fucking put like Tom Brady to shame. Let him throw the fucking smoke grenade.
Let him cook.
Steady launcher. Raises arm. Aiming launcher. Adding tension. Just extending the arm a bit more.
Make a way to end the session.
A nat 20.
Like I
Fire!
said, fucking Tom Brady up in here.
Just all the way.
Perfect location.
Alright, that increases
Tom Brady
the
wishes he could
difficulty
be
as
Rocking
it
Prime.
hits pinpoint on the fire that's currently burning at the north side. Let us see if the fire can survive.
The
Let's see if
fire
the
gets a
fire-
roll?
It's getting a toughness check.
Okay.
The fire is one tough sum.
Cloud DC will 12 plus 5 for the perfect bonus.
What is the will save of fire, damn?
Low enough to be scared by Rocking Prime and whatever created him.
Low enough to know that God can't save them anymore.
The burning
Well,
bush will be put out, I swear.
The will save a fire. Yeah, it's suffocated. The
No
fire,
way, really?
the fire somewhat flickers before the smoke conceals it entirely, and from Rockin' Prime's own personal infrared senses, I am shoehorning infrared in for the short hilarity's sake. He's able to discern that the fire has reduced down to just smoldering underneath the cloud, being smothered. And we will pick back up in 2 weeks with Puddles as she continues smothering more fires in her new form. We thank
Man.
you, everyone. Yes?
Sorry, I realized that my turn was looking for fire safety prevention system, finding none, contacting OSHA and the fire marshal about this, and then Rockin' Prime saving someone's life and extinguishing the fire.
What's my hero civic duty? Technology. Does this have life-saving technology? It doesn't. This isn't following building laws. OSHA must be notified. I've done my heroic duty.
Look, he's
Very
now
odd
prevented
break.
things from happening in the past when they have to rebuild.
Oh god, he's contacted the government.
Yeah. Oh god, he
He has
did.
contacted the government. Hey, people who kidnapped me, do something about this.
Now listen, hang on. You're making a huge conflation here. You assume that the military and OSHA are on good terms.
Who cares about military and OSHA? You contacted the U.S. government in some way, shape, or form. This can only end badly for the town.
This can
It
only
wasn't
end badly
that way
for
for
the town.
Kathleen Lamb, which you know what Jace is on point with. He's fine with that shit.
Yeah, you guys need to get your shit in line. You're coming with us. What?
All right. Thank y'all for watching.
Mhm.
Bye
See
bye,
you 2
everybody.
weeks. Bye.
See you in 2 weeks. Hope you all have fun. Catch you
Have a
next
wonderful
time.
time.